Alright, welcome back. I'm GamerMage0, and we have our, I'm not sure what to call that thing, our little spaceship storage container just returned. So I think that's really the spaceship part here, and then that's just like a container box there. But last time we put together, it turns the wood and the leaves, the wood's on the other conveyor belt over here, into the biomass. And the biomass comes together and goes into this and comes out with the biofuel. We could up how efficient this is by creating another constructor. I don't feel ultimately that we really need that. It's a lot of energy for something that we just need to do the deal for us while we're walking around. And that's really about it. So we have 55 in here, about 107 in there, so we'll split this in half. There we go. That should keep us going for a little bit. Alright, so we also got that space elevator going, which is pretty awesome. And then we also were able to unlock our assembler. So this thing puts together two different parts. It's going to cost us some frames, some rotors. Let's actually get two of these things going, because we're going to need to build frames and rotors, and it's going to take the frames and rotors to build these things. So let's see if we have what we need on us. So the rotor requires some screws, so we can just get some of those going. So we're going to need 8 rotors, so we'll just build enough screws to make 8 rotors here. 7, 8, there we go. And done. Alright, modular frames. That's going to need 3 reinforced per. So we need 6 times 3, 12, 18. So we need 18 of the reinforced iron plate. So we'll make some more screws for the reinforced iron plate. Alright, so I think if this game could make anything easier at all, it would be to have like a second to-do list, and it's like what you need to create everything else. But ultimately, I can't imagine how that would work. It would just get way too cluttered. I think I did way too many here. I'll still build the extra reinforced iron plates, because I'm going to start needing a lot more of these on hand as the game goes on. These are very useful and used in a lot of things like the tier 2 conveyor belt. We'll see later in the game. Alright, so modular frames, we can do 7 of them. We only need 6, so I'm only going to do 6 on this one. 4, 5, 6. There we go. Alright. Now, most of this should come off. Let's see. Alright, what I'm really going to need to do is stretch out some more. Need some concrete for that first. There we go. We're going to need some room to actually get this going. Sorry, give me 1 second here. There we go. Just barely make that on the platform. And we have all of our resources going into these bins here. And these bins here are just like level 1 resources, right? And what we really want to do, or maybe you could call them level 2 resources, because level 1 are being mined out, like the iron bars and things like that. But we're going to have to actually produce screws, and then use the screws in the iron plate to make reinforced iron plates. When I was building those assemblers, I was kind of thinking we could just go straight into this, but we haven't even gotten that far yet. We're going to actually need to produce the things right before that. Let's see. Alright, there we go. We'll do... yeah. This is going to make it really difficult to get down to the lake. I'm going to have to build some ramps. There we go. It'll build right off the edge here, and I can just run off of it. Alright, that should actually give us enough room to start thinking about how we're going to do this. So we're going to need some constructors to start off with. There we go. I don't need it lined up to that. I might want some space here to walk through. Actually, I'm going to need some more space than that. There we go. I need more reinforced iron plates. Go figure. Alright. So this is going to be where the main part of the game starts going into scaling, essentially. Like, you need this many parts for this. Well, you're going to have to build so much more of this. And so you're going to find the game really increasing how much this has to scale up. Let's see, we have how many? 1 on us? Oh, looks like we're building 10. 1, 0, there we go. We'll see how long that keeps us going. Let's build a splitter here. That will work. Oops, can't get on there. Oh, let's find out how many screws this is going to make. This is going to get 90 per minute. That's pretty good. But you use a lot of screws in this game. So let's get one more here. Splitter. Alright. Let's see if that will actually work. Oh, that's nice. Okay. So then we can loop this out of here when we need to. Not if, when. That's set to screws. We'll need to set these to the screws as well. Now each one of these is going to be producing 90, which means that each one of those is not going to be able to merge together, because I can only really take onto these belts right now about 60 a second. I don't even know if I can deliver enough rods to these to keep these going or not yet. 15? I only have 2 of these. Yep. I can only support 2 of these. So let's not overdo it. There we go. I'm trying to get overly ambitious here. Alright. Pull here. And let's put one over here. There we go. Alright, now I think to make this easier, let's just put down a craft bench. We're going to need to use it off and on and running all the way back to the base to see that. And then it's also really helpful to find out what we need. So the rotor is going to need bars and screws, actually. And then the modular frame is going to need the bars and reinforced iron plates. Woo, okay. So what's going through my head right now is that setting this up is going to be ridiculous with the tier that we have for automation. And I might be able to just handcraft this faster, but that's going to be annoying waiting for that. But I could probably still produce that so much faster by hand. And that's going to be worth it for the tiers 3 and 4. Alright. I think that's what we're doing then. I shouldn't have pressed take all. That was a little too much. I need a lot of bars too. 3, 4, 5, and I'll return the 14. There we go. Oops, got stuck on there. Trying to jump over. How are we doing with the power? 70. And then these ones were a little bit higher. Yep. Okay, so we're still doing good on power. As the power shuts off, are you serious? It spiked. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm walking away for a second. Let's take a look at this. Alright, we're gonna need 75 of these iron plates. So let's just start producing some screws here. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so this is going to take a moment inside of the game, so it's not going too fast. But we're talking about a couple of minutes just holding down the craft button, which is going to be annoying. And I'm going to run out of space. Okay, good. If you're watching my inventory here, it thought I was about to run out of room, so looks like the screws stack up to 500, which is nice. So I can produce, even though each iron bar produces a lot of screws, it can go into a bigger stack with the same amount of material. So by turning them into screws, what I'm saying is I'm actually creating more storage space. Alright, we're at 61, let's keep going. I didn't want to craft too much into this. Once I have 75, I'm just going to go drop them straight into the space elevator. There we go. Oh, and I already have some on me, but that's fine. So, building these out, I still have 6 of the modular frames on me because we were going to be building those assemblers, but we're not even really ready to build those assemblers yet, which is kind of the big problem here. So at the moment, what we're really probably going to be doing is focusing, so while we're filling the elevator, the space elevator with this resources, our storage bins are going to be filling up. We're going to have 2 of those constructors filling up on screws, which can stack up to 500, so we'll at least have 1,000 screws ready to go whenever we need them. And that's going to allow us to stock up on materials. So maybe next space I'm going to completely redesign the factory again. So we'll find out. Alright, let's go ahead and go get the storage plates, the reinforced iron plates into the space elevator. I really actually love the placement of this. Alright. So we have the 75, now we need rotors. We have 8 rotors already. This would be a good time to double check if I have any rotors on me. I might have already put rotors on me because I knew I was going to be doing that soon. Like I have the modular frames on me. That was something I found around the wreckage before. I have motors on me, there's some screws. We have the copper here. These items will still be used later on. Might as well get the concrete. Okay. Let's go back. And then what do we have in here? More modular frames. Alright. Okay. Now what does it take to make the rotors? So we have a lot of rods. It's screws that we really need more of, so here we go again. Now for that one it required 50, if I'm remembering that right, and we have 8, so we need 42. So we'll go ahead and create those, and hopefully we have enough on us. I'm wondering if at a certain point that rotor count is going to start going down instead of up because of how many rods we have. Yep, there it goes. Alright, let's go get some more rods before I keep doing it. I don't want to overdo it. But because it requires rods and screws, the more rods you use to make screws. Ooh, and these are done. I can just grab more. No power, of course. So they're not done, it's just out of power. Alright. Head back. I'll end up creating another biomass generator here in just a moment. I don't think there's any way around that. Rotors, 48 possible. We won't need that many, so this time I'm just going to count the rotors in my inventory instead of looking on the left side, because I know we need 50 of them. 30. And then we'll finally be able to open up tiers 3 and 4. I really want to get that conveyor belt level 2. That's going to help us out so much. Nope, there we go, running into things. And that was so much faster by hand. Alright, once we get this going, I'm definitely going to stand back and have you guys watch for a moment here. This is kind of a fun process too. Alright, so we seal it, and I'm supposed to stay here and hold it. And send it. So, I love the light show on this thing. And then it just shoots up. That's pretty cool. Now, you can see it stopped up there. And that's actually a lot farther up than it looks. I've seen some YouTubers that have tried to create some walkways up to it, and they end up going so much farther than you think. And just mostly because of this base part is so deceptive. I don't even know how to count this. Like, each one of these is 3 times the size of my characters. Maybe 4 times the size of my characters, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, there it goes. It's coming back down. And that should deliver the tiers 3 and 4 that we need. Alright. Let's go take a look. It probably just gave us the tiers as soon as we sent it up, by the way, but I wanted to watch the whole process. Alright, there we go. Tiers 3 and 4. Coal power, that's what I really want. And logistics. This is the level, and stacking conveyor pulls. Those make things so much easier. Oh, this is so hard. Like, which one do we start off with? Let's start off with this. We're going to need both of these pretty quick. Alright. We have 20 reinforced iron plates we need to make. We have 8 already. Let's go ahead and get this going. So, sorry I'm crafting so much by hand in this video, but there's no way this is going to work out. And yes, I know the factory is still not powered. I should probably go ahead and stop what I'm doing for a moment and get that going. We'll get this finished here. Was it 20? It was 20. Alright. And then rotors. Let's get the power back on first. Alright. What do I need? Let's go to power. Biomass generator. I need 8 of the rotors. Or biomass burners. I keep calling them the wrong thing, I realize. So we need... It's going to be screws we run out of. We have more than enough iron rods on us, so we need a total of 8 rotors. There we go. Don't know why I'm having such a problem with that. 4, 5, 7, 8. It's more than I need. We'll need more rotors later. Whatever. Alright, there we go. And cable. There we go. Oh, this looks like so much of a mess. I'm so sorry about that. Then again, it's probably bothering me more than any of you. Oh, how many am I at? I'm at 3 out of 4 connections. Okay. It's a little weird, but we can just do this. Alright, let's see how much biofuel we have in the storage container here. Oh, nice. That actually gave us quite a bit. We'll give it the 100. And there we go. We have power again. Alright, we have 70. I'm probably going to... Actually, I think if I just right-click and hold it... No. It keeps jumping on its own. There we go. So let's do 50. 50. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I still apparently want to try. Oh man, it's just like a slight movement in the mouse. And it goes too far. 90, 136. Okay, so it's this one. There we go. Alright, now we have power going. Alright, rotors. Screws. 1, 2, and it's going to start counting down in a moment here. 5, 6, 7. Nope, there it goes. Oh, we need cable for the assembler. Oh, we're not focusing on the assembler yet. That's right. I should probably take those out of my to-do list until I'm actually ready for that. There we go. Alright, so I need 20 rotors. We're going to need a lot more rods. That's what it really looks like we're at. And the rods right now are being used up for the screws, which unfortunately we have just as many going in for the screws as we have coming out for the rods, so that's not helping. We can take some rods out of here directly. Probably just turn this machine off, actually. We'll take the screws, because we'll need them. But that way we're building up at least one constructor's worth of rods, since 2 constructors worth are going into there, and 1 constructor's worth is needed for 1 constructor's worth of screws. That sounded really confusing. Well, hopefully that made some sense. Alright, we have more than enough rotors. We need... Oh, I can't get through that. I guess I should stick to the other side. Alright. There's all of that, so now we just need enough cable. Almost there. And you know me, I'm going to go a little bit more on cable because I'm going to need power. There we go. Alright.
Milestone reached. We encourage you to consider more verticality when it comes to factory logistics to streamline short-range transportation.
Basically, build up. Alright, I think anything else I'm going to get into is going to take me at least another few minutes to get anything completed. So since we have the next milestone unlocked, I think we're going to go ahead and pause it here. So guys, thank you so much for watching again. Really enjoy making these videos. Please give me some comments and let me know what you're thinking about them. If there's anything you'd like, I am open to criticism. If you guys have anything to say about things that I could do better too, really love to hear from anybody here. And please subscribe, click like if you liked it, and see you next time.